Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. So Natgas, while it did not break out directly from here, yeah, this was the low. I think when I made the last video, it was just still coming down, highlighted it could very well follow that wedge pattern a little bit further to the downside, but then we should normally see, and you would normally expect a breakout of that pattern here to the upside, and that occurred. With one minor low, but that makes actually sense because in such an ending diagonal like this one here, a C wave, yeah, of a larger B wave, we discussed all of that in detail in the last video. A wave up, B wave down, C wave up, that's the expectation. So far it's really working out well. I mean, anybody who followed this analysis, especially since the turnaround point, because that's when the sub-wave structure got a little clearer. This very long move down was really extended, but when we were able to identify this Elliott wave triangle, we could calculate a target to the downside and were able to identify a possible turning point where it indeed turned around, reached our targets, and then came down here in this B wave, right? A wave to the upside, B wave down, and it created, as I basically wanted to see it, a more complex correction, yeah. So it did that, and as I highlighted in the last video, it was moving in this descending wedge, a so-called ending diagonal, and you would expect a breakout to the upside to follow the idea of a C wave to the upside, and that C wave would complete the the wave 4. Which would result ideally in one more low eventually. Now, that last low is not guaranteed. It has done enough on the downside to already complete this overall wave 2, but market will show. I mean, down there we did highlight that in each scenario, a turnaround would be expected, either in a bearish wave 4 rally, which would eventually make one more lower low. That would actually still be my primary expectation, or in the, let's say, alternative, the wave 2 could already be in, the larger wave 2, and we could rally basically in a new bull run that would be the wave 3. But either way, if you have both a bearish and a bullish count and they both point to the upside, then you need to be ready. Yeah, you need to be ready. So far, this is all looking good. It turned around, is coming down in what I believe is a correction, so an ABC. At the moment, no risk. Well, there is always risk, but it's limited risk of making a new low. As long as we're holding 222, it should be able to move further to the upside. Now the question is now, how does this unfold on the lower time frame? So I did highlight to you in the last video that we were exactly in the expected turnaround area, and the idea was maybe to turn around this area of the golden ratio, the 235 level. In the end, it turned around at 236.6. Started to rally. So what we now need to do, we need to identify what could be the lower time frame count for this. Now, unfortunately, the lower time frame count here is getting a bit messy. It is a little unclear to me what's going on here, because it's really only, yeah, there's not a lot of structure to work with, really, unfortunately. That's actually the problem. You can't even see, because of the pace at which this rallied, you can't really see a clear structure. So let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Oops. So, well, the way I would look at this actually is, let me just pick the toolbox here. So first of all, the most simple way of looking at this is that the ideal target for a breakout of the wedge, remember what I said, what's the ideal target of a breakout of the wedge? I did say that in the last video, the 260 level, the beginning of the wedge, yeah? So that was actually reached. That's amazing. I mean, Natgas is just amazing. But yeah, I mean, could we say this was a wave 1 and this is the wave 2? Possibly, but I would want to see much more extensions to the upside, yeah? I don't think this was already the wave 1, not the wave 1 of the wave C. It doesn't give me a very warm feeling, this structure, yeah? So actually I'd like to see a little bit more price action before really confirming what this is. I mean, the impulsive move we basically have to assume at the moment that a low has been made here and that we are already rallying in that C wave to the upside. The only thing is I don't really have a very clear picture of what this is. And I think that's sort of the main problem. Maybe this is a 1-2 setup on a lower time frame, and then we get our 3, 4, 5, yeah, and that could finish off the first wave of that larger C wave. But yeah, we need to see. I mean, this could also be, don't forget about that option. Actually, let's go with this. Let's go with this for now. The problem here, I don't really have a great visibility of what this could be. The best idea I have here at the moment. So we retrace to the 38.2 fib level roughly here in this retracement. So the best idea I have actually is that this could have been a wave 1, yeah. Limited structure, okay, but it seems finished. Came down, reacted to that wedge target. That the wave 2 is still ongoing because the move up looks corrective. So what could happen is, especially as long as we stay below today's high, this was an A wave, this a corrective B wave, and we're coming down in the C wave. Now, if we come down in the C wave, what would be the key target here in a wave 2? I think that's the count I'm going to go with. Now, coming down in a wave 2 would mean we most likely test the area between 248 and 241. Let's see if we actually get there. I mean, again, I'm not too convinced about this count at the moment because if I can't see the subwave structure, so I have to assume this was a 1. This move down was a bit too shallow for a wave 2. Well, it's possible, but it would be a bit too shallow, especially because the move up seems to lose in momentum. So it could be that this was just the A wave, an impulse, or well, not an impulse, actually a 3-wave move as it seems. Then the B wave to the upside and the C wave could come down maybe 248 or 253. And from there, as long as we stay above 241, there's a good case to make that we could get a third wave rally. This is still resistance, this area between 264 and 274. Need to get above that level to get more upside pressure towards that $4 range, yeah, for Natgas. Yeah, that's my update about Natgas at the moment. Looking forward to tomorrow to see how this is all going to work out. So short term, the idea would be to go a little lower. Maybe, I mean, that B wave can push a little higher, possibly pushing against the ceiling of 264. But if it's an overshooting B wave, and that's important, it should not go above the 1.38 fib retracement. So we talk here about, okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. It shouldn't go above 264, yeah, because that's the limit for an overshooting B wave. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for or looking at. Hope you liked the update about Natgas. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.